Hey everybody, welcome to this week's weekly vlog. The topics for this week are Northgard and how it has multiplayer now, a story about another online content creator, guess you'd call them, Twitch streamer called Hypershame, Unreal World, and me asking you what you want me to see teach you how to do in that game. Hope that made sense, I'll go into more detail on that later, and a big TAD campaign thing that I've been working on. But first, the schedule for this week. The Monday, Wednesday, and Friday 3 p.m. slot is Resident Evil 6, like usual. The 6 p.m. slot will be some recordings of some streams that I did last week. Tuesday and Thursday slot are River City Ransom Underground, like usual. And for the weekend, nothing set in stone yet. I'm looking into exactly what we want to do going forward, and it's probably going to be based on the streams that we do this week, which will tie into the TAD thing near the end of the video. And don't worry if me just saying these things is a little bit hard to follow. Harukitsu is actually working on a nice art schedule thing that I can flash on screen in future vlogs to help you keep up with just what the schedule is. I know it's not as easy when I just say it. So Northgard, you might remember I did a first look stream on the game, and I think just some general streams in general, that was redundant. Really nice territory-based RTS thing with a little bit of, I guess, city building thrown in there as well. It's the one where you're generic, semi-mythical Nordic tribes fighting for supremacy. You can win by accumulating enough money or enough lore or dominating everybody, getting enough fame, stuff like that. So that game has multiplayer now. I actually streamed a little bit of multiplayer a few days ago with that, and that was a lot of fun just playing it with fans. The game's on a 15% off sale, I think, right now, mostly to promote the multiplayer. The recording of that, I believe, will be going up this Friday, and I think I want to stream a lot more of that, because that game is really fun. The chat seemed to be really into it. Open challenges, anyone can just add me on Steam and I'll play it with you. It's just a really fun game and an easy one to learn. I've been practicing it a bit because I got my ass handed to me in both of the matches on the stream that's going up later this week, the recording of it that's going up later this week, rather. And so I've been practicing it, and I figured out a few tricks that I think will get me a lot better at the game. So yeah, if anyone wants to play that game on stream with me, then just add me on Steam. So the Hypershame story. Hypershame is primarily an Australian Twitch streamer. I found her because Erin from Keep It Classy retweeted a tweet she made about how she's having a bit of a crisis because she's really busy with this move. She needs to get this video edited and on YouTube that same day. However, she edits with Sony Vegas, and for whatever reason, it stopped working. So I responded to her tweet and let her know, hey, I'll do it and I'll do it for free. And we just talked in direct message a little bit. I got the footage and everything. And basically why I always offer to people in trouble with stuff like that, like if I know another YouTuber or content creator and I look at their stuff and I'm enjoying their stuff and there's some kind of big crisis going on where they can't get something done, I usually just offer to do the editing for free for them. And the reason I do that is because I've been doing YouTube for 7 years now, with the last 5 years, I think like 5.5 years now, of being a video a day minimum. I know how shitty it feels when, due to some kind of fluke technical problem, you can't get the video done and you need it done. So I offered to do it, and I got that video done. In fact, at the end of this video, when it shows the end card and it's got the 2 clickable videos, one of the videos would be that loot crate video that I edited for Hypershame, because she is going to be my, I usually call it like, my featured YouTuber or whatever whenever I have one that I want to promote on one of these videos, but I guess she's not primarily a YouTuber. Content creator! Let's roll with that. So yeah, you'll probably see her swing by one of my streams sometime. She said that she really wanted to swing by, and I told her the community is super friendly and they'd probably be into what she does. It's just, you know, she's in the process of moving and she's Australian, which means, you know, East Coast Canada and Australia are pretty far apart. I think she's like 14 hours ahead of me. Something along those lines is pretty brutal. So yeah, our schedule's probably going to match up for a long time, but hey, if you see someone called Hypershame drop in the chat at some point, you know who that is. Next is Unreal World, which is an amazing game that I feel like I've talked about on and off for many years. I feel like I probably streamed it a little bit like 5 years ago. It's on Steam now, though, and it's really, really fantastic. Really old school roguelike game where it's based in Finnish mythology. I say mythology. There isn't anything really overtly supernatural or anything, but it's a made-up Finland, basically. Anyways, just a really fun survival game, and I find, like, whenever I ask people about Unreal World, who are kind of in that circle of people who would be into that kind of game, usually what they say is, it sounds really cool, but I couldn't get into it. It was really hard to learn. Well, I took the time to learn like everything there is in that game over the course of many, many years, and so I'd love to teach that game. I've been working on a script off and on for about a year called How to Do Everything in Unreal World, where I just have a list of every question that someone might ask about the game, and then I go into detail explaining how it works, and I'll be showing on-screen footage that I record of how that works. I just realized I'm probably doing a lot of arm gestures that go off camera. Just assume that I'm like fighting ninjas or something off camera. That makes me seem cooler. So I need you to tell me, anybody watching this who's into Unreal World, or even plays Unreal World but knows what questions they were asking when they were starting, ask me in the comments section, or I guess just tell me what questions you think people are going to ask, or even specifically what questions you have about the game, and I can add that to my script, because right now I just need a perfect list of questions to answer. And I know I'm not going to get all of them. Even if I do 30 questions and I answer all of them in that first video, there's going to be a follow-up part because people are going to find and ask more questions. I completely expect that, and I'm going to do follow-up videos when applicable, but I want to get as many as I can in that first video as possible. Lastly, I have been working on a TAD campaign. So, I've been thinking about, since I can't see exactly what individuals send how many points very clearly and organize that very clearly, just because the tools within the program are not really great for picking out individuals. If you're using the phone version, you would need to tweet every time, and those tweets could be forged really easily. If you were using the browser version, then you gotta, click it, send a message, click it, send a message, click it, send a message, and you need to type up every message, and that would get very difficult very quickly. So I think what I'm gonna do is set donation goals. Now, it's not exactly donation, but I'll go into what TAD is real quick after this whole spiel for anybody who doesn't know what TAD is. Basically goals for how much money is raised and what that will unlock for that week, essentially, on my channel. Because if I get that kind of money, that means I don't need to spend that time doing something that would make me more money. I can spend that time on the things that the fans enjoy more instead. So TAD, just real quick for anybody who's missed all my videos on TAD, it's a phone application and also a browser page where you can watch advertisements to support YouTubers or streamers or just content creators online that you like. You watch some ads and it gets them paid. You can earn up to 500 TAD points a day on the phone and 150 TAD points a day on the browser. You can do both if you want to. Every 1,000 points is $1 American. So to roughly translate how much is a YouTube ad compared to a TAD ad, the comparison is your average ad right now at the time of recording this on TAD is about 30 TAD points. 30 TAD points, to earn that on YouTube is about the equivalent of, oh god no, it's actually worse now because of the adpocalypse. It used to be that every TAD point was worth maybe 75% of a view on YouTube if that person watched the advertisement. But no, I think the number is actually higher now. A 30 TAD point ad on TAD, which takes you 20 seconds to watch until you get the points maybe, would be the same as watching, god, probably like 40 of my videos on YouTube without skipping a single advertisement. 40 of my videos, that's like, on my current schedule, that's like 75% of the videos that I upload in a month. And you can do that in about 20 seconds on the phone application of TAD, or if you just go to the browser page for TAD in the description. TAD works on iPhones and it works on Android phones. For Windows phones, you're going to have to use the browser version, unfortunately. And you're technically able to send more than 500 points a day on the phone version, but it's not actually going to register any beyond 500, so only do 500. So I have a TAD goal checklist that I've created, where I've got some goals that I've written down that I know for sure I can commit to, but I have 2 blank spots where I haven't really been able to think of anything good, and I want you guys to comment and give me suggestions for things that I could do on a weekly basis that I might be able to do at these tiers. So, at the $25 tier, an extra stream that week. And I can tell you that I was waiting on putting out this vlog until after I got my TAD report for the week. TAD reports come in on Mondays, and that's when I do my my weekly streams. So I got $27, which means we passed the $25 threshold, which means bonus stream this week, maybe today. If not today, definitely tomorrow. Just gotta see who's free today. Next is the $50 mark. And I don't have a good idea for this one yet. If anybody has any ideas for the $50 mark, let me know. And just remember, it's got to be a general thing for the channel, whether that be my YouTube channel, my Smashcast channel, something along those lines. Something that has to do with the show overall, and something that's for you guys. It can't be for any individual, it's got to be for everybody. It can't be directed at an individual or anything, it's got to be for everybody. I mean, I could potentially do like a weekly giveaway thing where I just pick a random name or something, or use a random name generator out of names in the chat, something like that. I don't know, but I'd need to figure out the logistics on that first, because that might actually be really difficult. Next is the $100 mark, where it's a fan-voted extra stream. So this is an extra stream that is on top of the previous extra stream. So if you hit the $100 goal, it's 2 extra streams that week, with the second extra stream being one that you guys get to vote on. So I guess on that Monday vlog, I would just say, hey, we passed the 100 mark, so let me know in the comment section what game you want to see me play. And then I'll try and scroll through and figure out what's going on with that. I would love to just make like a straw poll so I could keep it more organized for you guys. But that wouldn't really be a fan voted stream, because it would only be of a list of games that I would have to write out every time. So if you guys can figure out like a way for me to use a polling website that lets you add your own options, that would be the best way that we could organize something like that. Next is the $150 mark. At the $150 mark, it's a fan-voted video. So you guys also get to vote on a video that I'll put up later that week, maybe that weekend or something. Depends on when I have time, but it'll be that week, of just any game. Maybe a new game came out that people are interested in. You can vote on some kind of game for me to get and play on the show. Now, if I don't have the game, that's fine, because as long as I can get my hands on the game, I mean, you guys did 150 American dollars, that translates well to Canadian. I could spend some of that money on buying a game that you guys want to see me play that week. And lastly is the $200 mark, which I don't have anything there for, because I want that to be a really special mark, and I really want your input on the $200 mark. So if $200 sounds like a really large amount of money, if you can only do 650 points a day, if you were to do both the browser version and the phone version, don't worry about it. You guys are going to crush the $200 mark if enough of you actually go out and use the application. And I know that because when I had a financial crisis very shortly after moving into my old apartment in Mississauga a year ago, I had a big financial crisis and I started to promote TAD more. And in that first week that I promoted it, the first full week from Monday to Sunday, you guys generated 221 American dollars. It didn't cost you anything because you decided to use TAD instead of donating directly through money, which is great because that means you guys don't need to spend anything. Nobody's put out money that way. And the best part, that was done before the browser version of TAD existed. That was done entirely with the 500 points a day on your phones, which means now you guys are able to do even more points. And those of you who don't have phones that are able to use TAD, you got the browser version. If you're watching this channel, then you must be able to go into your browser, and now even more people are able to support. So as long as enough of you want to do it, we can actually make a lot of money here. In fact, I could start making enough money, not only that I don't need to worry about my finances, but that I can start really seriously reinvesting the show more. Like, I would love to build another weaker computer that would be used exclusively for streaming, and it would capture card to my video card on this computer so that I could play more graphically intensive games at a higher quality on the stream. So many people have been asking for me to play Rainbow Six Siege, and I really like that game. I basically only play Terrorist Hunt on it with my friends because I'm lame and get ladder anxiety in competitive ranked multiplayer, but fuck it, I'll give it a try. It's just, I couldn't stream it back in the day because I stream and record at the same time locally so that the YouTube version looks really nice and has good audio, but that was a bit hard on the CPU, and I've heard the game is better optimized now, and I'm pretty sure it is. So who knows, maybe I'll get it working just fine this time, but there's so many ways I could reinvest in the show if I just had the money. And if I was getting $200 American dollars a week, that's $800 American dollars a month. What is that Canadian? Like 1,200? It's about $1,200 every single month. I could really reinvest in my show that way. I could get some furniture. I could get Fatima that couch that she's wanted because we don't have furniture. I could build Fatima a computer so that she wouldn't have to be on her laptop all the time. You want to see me do some more co-streams with Fatima? If she had her own computer over there, then she could play more graphically intensive games with me. We could play some Civilization together. We could play some Don't Starve together. She'd have her own microphone in there because I know Mandy wants to get her a microphone. She'd have her own table because we could buy her a table, and you could see me do more streams with my fiance. Sorry, I'm just getting really excited about this. Please let me know good ideas that you've got for the $50 mark and the $200 mark on TAD. I really appreciate any support you can give. I think that's all I had to say for this week, so end card should have Hypershame's video, maybe another one of my videos on there as well. There's also going to be the link to her Twitter and her Twitch page in the description if you want to go check out where she streams. I'm going to go get to work on some other things, so thank you everybody for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.